Not her name only. Because the way, I mean, what did you get? Because the way that you mention it, the way that you call her name, it sounded like you like figure something big out.
Now I'm thinking.
All right, so if that's the case, then never mind. Then we can skip to the next episode. But also,
we cannot skip to the next episode because we have to do a post discussion. But while you guys talk, I'm gonna think.
So yeah, and the first time that I watched this episode, the family scene felt kind of like the with Yang kind of felt a little bit like
it literally felt like an outtake, like if this was live action, like a blooper reel almost. You know,
it felt like it was kind of pushed to like, oh, let's have a try to make it funny, and it really didn't necessarily hit for me the first time around. I don't know how y'all felt about it.
It was an unnecessary break of tension because there was barely any tension there to begin with.
I do guess it was mainly to finally have Yang laugh, because like throughout these couple of episodes we have not seen her have anything else but a frown or like a straight face. I
guess, but it didn't feel natural. It was just kind of like the story demanded Yang, or the story needed Yang to get back from her feet, get back from her depression, and it just kind of like felt forced. It just didn't really feel like she was. It wasn't character motivated. It felt more story motivated.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think the scene could have been shorter and more powerful, like with like a little rearranging of the writing and like rearranging like the structure of the scene itself, because it started out like Yang walked in, she watched them talk for like 30 seconds, it felt like. Yeah. And then
she walked in
she giggled a little bit, and then they got serious, and then they giggled, and then they got serious, and they giggled.
It just made, like, to me, just didn't make any sense, because you're like, yes, okay, she walks in, she sees them talking and having fun, and then that kind of like makes her want to join in, and immediately they start talking about like the arm. Mm-hmm. Like if they really wanted to have like be more impactful, I don't know, like fucking have Ty like polish up the arm or something like that, and then have Yang like just be like, what are you doing? Like, stop doing that. I don't want to use that. And then he goes on his feel of like,
of like
blah blah blah,
fucking smacking her in the head with the fact that she lost her arm. Like this part.
But we only use them when we mean it. If you honestly think that you're ready to go out there on your own, well, I guess you lost some brain cells along with that arm.
Like them on the back.
You jerk.
How did she know that he was joking? Because that was like some fucking Bakugo shit right there. He was like, "You think you're good? You fucking suck, noob."
I think it's because of that's just the dynamic. Later on, I think it kind of alludes to that.
I didn't mean to laugh during that scene, but his voice and like the facial expressions of the animation was just so like Shonen Jump rival bully.
So anime.
Yeah, it was. It just like the way he.
Well, maybe you lost some brain cells.
You really think you can go out there? You lost some brain cells.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I feel like this scene could have been rewritten to be like less jokey, like literally just be straight and serious, straight to the point. Like have Ty address the situation of like Yang getting back to normal and like putting the arm back, and then she goes, well, this is the new normal. Like I lost a part of me, and then he just goes back, and then they just have a back and forth until, I don't know, fucking have them come knock the door so that breaks the conversation. Yep. Yang maybe storms into her room but listens to them. They give Ty an update on what's going on with like bringing Beacon back and asking about Ruby and Yang, and then he gives that line, and then Yang kind of like has that moment of like, maybe I should give it a try or something like that. That would make it, I feel, more impactful than just, I don't know. It's just kind of like one of those things, like if you have people over and you start arguing with your significant other over something, like it's just awkward. It just makes no sense.
I mean, it does happen though.
It does happen. It's just, I don't think that this was
the moment for it.
And I generally don't think that this was character motivated. This was kind of like we need Yang to get back on her feet, because either that or we don't know how to make her naturally come back into the
Yeah, I guess I understand what you're saying, that they just didn't know how to portray a better way to like just bring her back. It's like let's just force it.
It just felt forced because like now the next scene not too late is that she has the arm. It's like there's no natural progression.
I mean, granted, a lot of people did want her to put the arm almost immediately whenever she got it, which that right there does symbolize shows the both trauma and how she feels of like it's not just that I lost my arm. Is that I lost. You know, is that I...
And that's the reason why I agree with Mike that it does feel a little bit forced, because she was saying she's still coming to terms with being without it. And so for her to like immediately put the arm back on is what does feel like a little bit forced. I just thought that they were, since they're all separated, I thought that they were really just going to really dive into the emotions of the characters. I fucking love the opening of this episode with the dream. Because not only was it like accurate to Yang, but it's just like a fucking accurate dream. Like whenever you're scared for your life and like
you cannot do anything, you're like helpless.
Yeah, and you're helpless, and that's like definitely something she would be experiencing. And I like that, and I thought that they were gonna kind of dive into that, but then that scene happened, and it was just kind of like jokey, a little bit of motivational words, and then boom, she has the arm again.
If they would have just dedicated the entire episode to just Yang's natural progression to going to putting on the arm, then it would have felt
I feel like
agree.
If this volume was 26 episodes, they would have definitely have it. But since I think it's only 12, I think most of them are only 12.
Which I mean, I get that, but that was a creative decision that the writing team did, not necessarily like the animation. If they really would have just decided, no, I think we need an episode where we focus solely on Yang and we give her the time that she needs to get back into her groove, to becoming the Yang that we know and love. And, if they would have done that, then regardless of whether it pushed the rest of the story back, it would have been fine, because you're giving the character the time that they need.
It's more natural, yeah.
Now, granted, with that being said, I love the rest of the episode. Like, the conversation between Qrow and Raven was great, because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, you're like, I just don't know who to trust anymore.
I was lost. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and while I was curious, I don't know, like I feel like if they would have just maybe giving us a little bit of a hint of what's going on,
just a little bit more,
just to keep us engaged, just give us that little breadcrumb, just like
I feel like it's there. I feel like it's almost there in like an Attack on Titan way, where like
once you go back,
these characters definitely have motivations, and we just do not know what's going on right now.
I mean, we can just rewatch that one scene if you want.
We watch a little bit of it, just a little snippet of it.
All right.
Raven.
Because like towards the end, she says, "What we are."
Yeah, she slaps him back with the same thing that he said.
And you mentioned that her mask resembles Adam, and she was never there to save Yang when Adam came.
With her family.
And also, side note, she's just very hot, way hotter than Yang.
Unless you plan on keeping these coming.
Does she have it?
She's literally emo Yang. She's like Shadow Sonic.
Are you sure? She just took over Ruby's colors. That's it.
That's like that. Like the family dynamic is the thing that's confusing me the most.
What do you mean? Like,
because at first when does she have it? When she's talking about Ruby, doesn't seem like it.
I saved her.
Once. Because that was your rule, right? Mm-hmm. Real mom of the year.
Like the silver eyes. Do you have it?
Yeah.
That's the impression I got.
Now you tell me, does Salem have it?
Salem, am I missing something? Like, is Salem a character that has been introduced?
Yes, she's the bad one.
The witch.
The witch.
White. Oh, fuck, yes.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that was her name.
And which we are you referring to?
So how in deep is Raven, kind of?
Raven just the thing about this is just like it just kind of feels like Raven's. I'm very confused as to where Raven lies right now.
Yeah,
because it kind of feels like she's part with the whole, Adam thing. But at the same time, she almost feels very third party, like a very self-interest third party. It just kind of feels weird. Not entirely sure.
I think they want you to be a little bit confused, is what it feels like. But the big thing that confuses me is that isn't the White Fang like purely Faunus only? Yeah. So what the hell could Raven have to do with them?
Maybe.
Oh, wait. This part.
If you don't know where the relic then we have nothing left to talk about.
I don't know where the Spring Maiden is either. But if you do, I need you to tell me.
And that right there is her semblance. So fucking cool.
Was she like create portals or something?
Something like the sorts, yeah.
Make this one a double.
I don't think she wants to get with Qrow anymore. So you hang out with weirdos.
But yeah, so like you're right. White Fang is comprised mainly and solely of faunesses.
Fauni?
I guess so.
Maybe Raven is like faunus. I don't know.
There's a possibility.
Pulls down her pants as a tail.
Do remember that they're both twins. So these two are twins.
Wait, Qrow and Raven are twins.
Yeah.
But maybe Crow's hair isn't hair. Maybe it's feathers.
Maybe
could
their,
be.
I mean, maybe their parents is like kind of like a faunus, not like in a human type situation, and Raven just happens to take more of a faunus approach.
Okay.
And then Qrow is more human-like.
Because her hair, I'm not gonna lie, like you said about the feathers
Her
or whatever.
literally just looks like fucking feathers. She
Yeah.
could be. I mean, her entire design could very well be
It feels
like
more feathers.
very like, you know, based on a bird, and we haven't seen any type of bird like faunus, you know.
It's true.
So
Tokoyami.
no, but yeah, like it just kind of like feels weird because Raven gives me like vibes that she's like she's the enemy, but at the same time she's kind of not. Like,
Because she's concerned about Salem, so she, there's definitely.
but that could very well be that, you know, just like how Cinder, you know, contracted or you know, like had Adam join, you know, under a show of strength more than anything, right? It could be something similar where like Raven is working with
Adam, Salem.
with Salem,
Okay.
but she is kind of like a double agent. But you know, like she doesn't want. She's helping, but at the same time, she's actively plotting against her, type deal. And I don't know, it's just kind of weird. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that this volume is throwing at us right now.
Yeah, I do like the final or actual introduction of her, because before it was just scene here of showing her, and then that after credit scene that really didn't actually happen. It got a retcon later where Yang comes face to face with her, because they were going.
So that didn't actually happen.
It did and it didn't at the same time. It was supposed to happen, but they had to retcon it because she wasn't gonna play the paper that she's playing now. Like
Play the paper?
Yeah, or the role, I guess you can say.
Oh, okay.
Like the role that she's playing now is entirely different. Before it was supposed to be something of like I forgot what they said, but it was more compassionate than what she sounds like.
I guess more like Qrow, more like a guardian angel type of role.
Yeah.
I get that, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she still kind of is in a way, but it's just only under certain circumstances.
I guess.
Like you said, since it was Adam, then it's like, oh, well, I cannot interfere in that one, so I need to back off.
I don't know. Like I still kind of like stand by what I said. I don't think she really did save Yang. Yes, that fight with Neo, I completely understand, but
because Neo was supposed to kill her. She was about to stab her. Like
it was just so out of the blue that she just popped up and then she fucking Thanos portaled her way out of there.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like, I don't know, like how I feel like it wasn't less of a save, but more of like it was sort of intentional. Like maybe she wants kind of like a fucking Itachi thing, where like maybe Raven wants fucking Yang to come after her, in a sense.
Get filled with hatred.
Could be.
Because like it just so, I mean, like think about it, like it was like coincidental that, you know, first she starts talking with Blake about her mom, and then suddenly she's saved by her mom, and then she maybe confronts her mom from what you're saying, and you know, the mom isn't really giving three shits about Yang, but fucking at the end of volume 3, like when she was like at the house, or it was like a Raven outside, or so it's kind of like I don't know. It's again, it's like this little like breadcrumb things with like, come find me, Jang, come find me.
Now I'm curious. Maybe I need to go back to the end of Volume 3 and
I don't know. It
look
just
at
feels
something.
It does be feeling like
Look at something.
I don't even want to say it.
Okay.
Just because I'll get like an eye twitch out of Nekko and I'll be like, yes, confirmed.
fucking Nekko just starts.
I need to like, yeah. Lip starts quivering.
Getting close.
Like that one guy with the freaking
With the vein popping out.
yeah.
Yeah, no, like I don't know. So far, Raven is seriously giving me some like Itachi vibes. It's like
You said that, and I thought of the fucking memes like whenever he's holding. It's just Raven holding Yang. You need more hate.
no, it's more like because like you know if you've watched Naruto, like Itachi, like yeah, like he's a dick towards Sasuke, but he wants him to come after him.
Yeah.
In a sense.
That's in Shippuden.
It could.
Right?
I mean, it could
Throughout the first,
entire
yeah.
series.
Okay, because
Like there's a lot of because like I mean, granted, this is kind of like going off on a weird tangent, but yes, there are moments where like Sasuke and Itachi meet, and Sasuke wants to kill him, and then Itachi shows that he's a lot more powerful, and he just says, "Come find me."
Yeah, and I mean, and he is the only one that was left alive. It was purposely. He was, like he's like keep planting the seed of like get stronger, hate more.
The idea is that he wanted Sasuke to get stronger so that he can kill him. To eliminate the stigma that all Uchihas are bad. Uchiha killing all Uchiha. Oh my god,
Which is funny because he turns into a bad guy.
Yes.
Which fucks over the stigma.
I mean, again, tangent, completely unrelated to RWBY.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that as of right now, like Raven is giving me those vibes. Maybe I don't know if we wanted to apply the same, I guess like storyline. Maybe Raven wants Yang to take over her clan.
Like that, hey, that would be a good one. I do going back to like our crew of 4 that we barely saw anything of in this whole episode. I just love fucking RWBY mispronouncing the place. Like, hey, gang, some bullshit like that. Like that would be
like
just me.
Just like Nekko was like having a hard time saying Twitter.
Guys, watch. Look, our check our Twitter. So yeah, I just related so much to that part. It was so fucking good. And then like everybody's like, yeah, he can manage. She's like, hey,
Play the scene again. I need to study up on my bird lore.
That is so me.
You're just gonna start like buying bird books now.
You just see me in my room.
Just bird watching.
This is a blue jay.
Is this a crow or is that a raven?
I don't know. Like they look way too similar.
It's a craven.
It's a craven. Yeah, no, these are my chickens.
Yeah.
And this is whenever they go and he's stalking on the window and whatever.
Right. All
I
right.
need to Google search it
yeah.
after
With
the
that
episode.
being said,
I think this is mostly everything. Like this episode really didn't leave a lot to talk about different things. It was mainly just like 3 main things, and we definitely covered throughout it. Raven is just such an interesting character. Like, and I like it because right now, like you don't know where she stands. You don't know who she's with. You don't know what the hell she's looking for. What the fuck is a relic? Like
What the fuck is a relic?
yeah.
well, I don't know. Like they didn't fucking Cinder was talking about like Ozpin's like. I don't know. I feel like really
He was saying she was saying like she was right about you, such arrogance like all this time, and it's being under the school. But I think at that point she may have been just talking about the maiden. Like
No, I think she meant something else. I kind of want to say that she meant something.
oh, now you mentioned Ozpin this episode, Oscar.
I'm convinced Ozpin is just a fucking parasite, and then like that's how he comes back.
He's looking for a host.
That's why fucking Salem is just always like is trying to confirm.
Paranoid.
Did you kill him? Did you kill him? Did you kill him? Because he's not a human. He's just a fucking little cockroach that fucking.
Dude. That's crazy.
They fucking ran away.
Like we get to we flash back to the end of Volume 3 and like Volume 6 whenever they show what really happened to Ozpin, and you see like a body just desecrated, and then you see like a little like cell like slivering.
And he just happens to find the little farm boy, and then like
See?
Like Ozpin is a fucking parasite.
I mean, I'm just saying, we did see the kid watering some water. What if he jump into the river and just like made us away on the water line, you know? And then he drank that water.
Exactly. Like I'm telling you.
There you go.
I'm fucking telling you. Like this, like that. You know what? Like at first it was like, why are we showing we seeing this fucking farm kid? And now it makes sense because he's been fucking possessed by Ozpin.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, like it's either like Ozpin just completely takes over, or they had this weird like fucking Venom symbiote like symbiosis thing, like where like it's like. Fucking like Oscar's like, Ozpin, I need your help. Okay.
Yeah, the fucking sound effect.
We are Ozpin.
Fucking tell you like.
Oh, God damn it. Anyways,
if I fucking see Oscar just walking, just like turns into Ozpin.
the fucking glasses just show up out of nowhere.
It's like the pros and cons of using your Ozpin symbiosis is you're ultra powerful, but you're always lingering over little girls' shoulders.
And on that note, guys, thank you for watching our reaction. We'll see you in the next time. Hope you guys enjoyed another Weebs Closet reaction. A special thanks to our Patreons. We appreciate your extra support to keep this channel going. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. See you in the next one.